There's another Baldur's Mouth Gazette here. Oh, is this the rock that Shadowheart and I first kissed on? Like around here or so? Or is it somewhere up there? In the first camp. Absolute emergency over, declares Fist. Last Illithids routed from sewers.
Oh, pardon me.
Baldur's Mouth editor resigns, links to Gortash regime unfounded. Criminals consolidate. Guild uses rebuilding efforts to expand power. Uh-oh. Sharesa's raconteur Raphael reported dead. Oh, I forgot about him already. Black market, black magic. Devil's fee goods still unaccounted for. Oh. Well, it's been stolen? Who stole it? Who stole it? Not me. Head banker deposed at counting house for losing everything in the bank. Saluna outpost decimated by unknown assailant. Now protected by the sword of Saluna, Dame Aelin. That's good. Oh yeah, I remember all this. Oh! Hello,
Oh, right. You. Hello.
Oh, I don't need a potion of animal speaking. Rude. You must be Terra. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm certain it is. As for you, well, I've heard congratulations are in order. You helped Mr. Dekarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right?
If that's what he told you, who am I to argue?
Well done. Despite my old friend's genius, he'd have blown himself up long ago if not for the help of friends like you and I. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able, if you can extract yourself from what I'm sure are very important responsibilities.
Can I pet you? I mean, yes, I would love to see you. Yeah, I'd quite like that. Thanks for the invitation.
We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. I used to have a taste for them, but a great many things have changed in recent months. Ta-ta, darling.
She decides the flow of conversation. She decides it ends now.
Do let me know if you spot a cozy corner near the fire for me, won't you?
Whatever, it's just cat things. And I adore you too much to be mad. Oh, look at that portrait! Slinking through door cracks, preening with one eye on the nearest milk saucer, flitting with a snap of their wings around the chimney of a wizard's tower. Tressym are like all small felines in that they ride the line between cuteness and total nuisance. A cat with wings. That's a crazy combination. Oh, what's this? Now you show. Well, I can wear anything I want. I'm good. I think I'm good. But it would be nice to try dyeing something for once. I might risk ruining what I have right now, though. I think I'm good. You should have shown this to me earlier. Huh. Alright. We still have Halsin and Jaheira.
It smells so good here!
Here, boo. Store some in your cheeks.
And Shadowheart.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Feeling a little weird about this because he had that whole thing where he was into me for a bit. Honestly, the time's flown by.
Perhaps that is so for you, but for me... It may be that a peaceful life after so many years of tumult has made me sentimental. I dwell upon what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
Are you gonna go back to the Druid's Grove, or what are you doing these days? The future is ours to write. Who knows what we might yet share together?
You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on the past, even when it brought me nothing but unhappiness. You changed that. and gave me the most precious of memories. Now the task is to make yet more of them, so that each reunion shall be all the sweeter. And who's to say we need to make such gatherings a rare occasion? My hearth is yours to warm yourself beside always. Now,
Okay, thanks, Halsin.
we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
Oh, you first, Halsin. I want to hear about the life you've made, the people you've helped.
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
So if we went back right now, it wouldn't be all pitch black anymore. It would be sunshine and rainbows and all that. 9 wagons of young wards? I recall you have quite a few young wards. Karlak, please don't burn down the kitchen in the back. I recall you have quite a few young wards to care for. 9 wagons of them, wasn't it?
My greatest purpose and greatest reward. Those children have been through more than fate had any right to cast at them, and yet they go on as resilient as anything in nature. I impart what knowledge I can to them, yet, in truth, they teach me far more. The land we saved is theirs, and they will cherish it, I'm sure. Thaniel and Oliver shall never want for friends again.
That's good. Don't have them be the only kids around there. I'll need to go see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus
Daddy.
that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
I expect you'll have a few tales that will need to wait until they are older.
More than a few, I should think. At least I shall be equipped to explain the birds and the bees when the time comes. But I hope that time is quite a while off yet.
How many stories do you have about the birds and the bees? Had I known bedtime tales were a possibility, I'd have sought you out at camp. Platonically.
You would ask to be tucked in next. But whatever the intrepid adventurer needed, I would have been glad to provide.
Alright, let's see what I have.
I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
If one were just ears? Well, in the past 6 months, Shadowheart and I presumably settled down somewhere quiet with her parents, and we just lived our days very uneventfully, I might add. Which is a fine change of pace after the... Actually, how long did our adventures take? Several months, I guess? But yeah, everything we experienced in our journey was enough excitement for one lifetime for me.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Wait. Aw, wait, I want to know about the people though. Tell me about Thaniel and Oliver. Do you see much of them?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me, but more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods as far as I'm concerned.
Still partial to roaming in bear form, I take it?
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
I'm so glad to hear. You seem more settled than I expected of you. I thought that was against your nature.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age.
What of the Grove? Do you stay in touch?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
Wow, that was a lifetime ago, back in Druid's Grove, Korga. Well, I'm glad everything is all good now. I hope the tieflings have settled in Baldur's Gate too, the refugees. May I have a hug?
I was just thinking the very same.
A platonic hug. Halsin, thank you. It's my fault for leading him on before. Whoa, I felt like it lingered a little too long.
I could get used to this.
Well, I gotta go catch up now with other people.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite,
Ooh.
but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Thank you, that's beautiful. Yeah, as the years go on, friends don't necessarily have to be within close proximity all the time. You can just come together once in a while and it'll be, you can pick up exactly where you left off. But we're still joined at the heart. You're a sentimental creature at heart, you know that?
Oh, I am well aware, trust me. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on, enjoy the festivities.
Oh, that's so nice though. It's something that he spent time making. It's not just some random thing.
It truly is splendid to see everyone gathered together again. If only for a night. I hope the sun does not make haste to rise on us.
Ah, one hug is enough. A duck whittled out of wood. It smells of the deep forest. Aw, that's so cute. Now, Jaheira.
Oh, I've seen everything.
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
That makes one of us.
Oh, forgive me. I am simply excitable. It is good to be out under an open sky once more. My first, since the reconstruction began. We left quite a mess behind. But the city begins to look something like itself once more. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
The cycle of life or something. Jaheira's probably seen a lot of different iterations of Baldur's Gate. And for the record, I was only a little bit ribbing at her there because I feel like I'm a zoomer to her boomer, and she would appreciate that ribbing. I heard rumors the Upper City was destroyed beyond reconstruction.
The Upper City has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks.
Wow.
Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand.
Flaming Fist?
To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
That kind of corruption that was running within the Flaming Fist, I don't know if it's something that any one person can really do too much about, but it's better to have someone like her there than not. You must be proud of them.
I suppose I am. Though they seem determined to make me redundant. Mistake me not. There is still much to be done. Plans to make, maps to be frowned over. But my children are more than capable of doing it. Even the young ones tire of me peeking over their shoulders. This night offers them a brief respite from me, at least. And this place, now I look at it, it is where you all spent your first night together, no?
It was.
A fine spot for an adventure to begin. A fine spot indeed.
Your kids are just letting you ease into the retirement plan. Think about it like that. Do you have an adventure in mind?
Just a little wander, perhaps. To stretch the legs. I'll find my way back. As I always do. I admit defeat. Baldur's Gate is my home. But that is the thing about home. The only way to see it clearly is to leave. And look back. For a little while, at least. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
That'll be wherever Shadowheart is. My home is with Shadowheart. Am I just gonna answer the lovey-dovey option for all of these?
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Tell me more. Don't you have...
I won't send too many letters back to the gate while I'm away. I will try to enjoy solace. But you look disbelieving.
Are you going by yourself? Just a small trip all by yourself? People making something here. Turn off the bonfire. Ruin the mood. Oh, Jaheira. It's too bad they took away all of my instruments, or else I would be able to join you here as well. Maybe if I had something here. Did I have something here before? I thought I did. Maybe I have like a flute or a lute or something. Well. Hey, little guy. Big guy. I'm so sad I can't talk to you because all my potions. It's good to see you.
He looks coyly at the ground, suddenly shy.
You're gigantic now. I know Damon said he gave you something that made you bigger for the fight, but it's been like half a year since then, right? I don't know how long it takes for owlbears to grow up. So maybe this is your natural size now. What have you been up to since last we met?
He snaps the air and wiggles. He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you.
I hope you and Scratch still keep in touch. Oh. Do you want to come with me? Being with Halsin might be nice. Who do you want to go with? If you'd like to stay with me, we'd love to have you. I think it's about time someone looked after you. How about with me and Shadowheart? Is that a yes?
The joy in the owlbear's eyes is clear. He longs for a home and would love to stay with Shadowheart.
Your armor, you can take it off now. We don't have to fight anymore. Feathered hero of Baldur's Gate. Best boy is sleeping. Don't go in the water and get all wet. Oh. Look at how big he is. Are you catching... Oh. He actually just caught some fish. But yeah, a creature of your size getting wet, you were not going to be able to dry the fur.
The owlbear's eyes are alight with excitement. He can't wait to leave with Shadowheart.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't get to pet you yet. Or should we attack you? Can we even press that? You remind me of your mother. I'm sorry we weren't able to become better friends with her. But I like to think that she would be happy knowing that we're taking care of you. Alright. Well, have fun then. I think that maybe most of the people around here. Oh yeah, some cups, refreshments, people can hang out by the docks. Shadowheart, I feel like we should go back to that rock where we had our first kiss. All right, here. Oh, hey, wait, there's instruments here. I can play something. I've never played a violin before. Let's see how I fare. Of course, failed performance. Sort of wish I could play now. Oh, I think I walked a little bit. Let me get next to the bonfire maybe, and then everyone can enjoy my beautiful playing. Is it actually a violin? I think so.
Good song, good company, and good wine from the looks of it.
This seems pretty red, but no, not even close.
Not red enough for you. Oh, sorry, I keep accidentally walking in.
Skies. Such pleasure to see them once more.
Jaheira, you want to join us? Volo joined me earlier, I think. But God knows where he is now. He's having a drink over there. Oh,
I expect there have been other reunions.
These two are getting tired. Volo's right there, go ask him. Gale, throw me a coin. I want another song. He's really throwing a coin at me like I'm a hobo. Bolo, you care? No. How do we get another performance check? Is it time-based or you can just have one?
I expect there have been other reunions.
Okay, I'm
to
good.
which I was not.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the one coin, Gale. How nice of you. Letter from boss. Githyanki script, Tirsu, adorns one side of the page. The other is written in the common tongue. Shilak. Orpheus may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlaakith's death draws nearer. I have taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to creches, dedicating themselves to our causes as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not all call themselves children of Gith. Zayrith Minyar Ag Gith, the Gith Zarai's God King, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable. But with the Gith Zarai at our side, not even the full force of the Kithraki could stop us. If Vlaakith is to fall, perhaps the two skies must again be made one. Boss, Reverkal to Orpheus, Knight of the Comet. Yep, we've heard about some of this. Their grand plans. Letter from Hope in hell.
Engine's cooking hotter here.
I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you. And you were here with me. And I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead, I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now, they only belong to themselves. They're still stuck there. The archive is an art gallery. The boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am Hope, and I persist because of you.
I expect there have
I'm glad to hear,
other
but
reunions to which I
yeah,
was
all
not
those souls I guess are still stuck even though Raphael's dead. Letter from Mayrina. Oh, her kid must be born already, right? Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night, and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor, after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. All Ethel? Not even other hags. But so as long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off. It's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me. Mayrina. I'm glad you're happy and doing better. I still feel terrible about breaking that wand in front of her. But it seems like she's a good person. She forgave me for that. Letter from Nabber. Oh, that really annoying guy. Or they want me to think he's annoying. The stack of correspondence is hefty. The first letter is signed and dated from slightly before your encounter with the Netherbrain. Hi! Hello! Greeting to you! I am writing from inside a pigeon coop. Nabber, friend to all birds, so excuse any dried poo. I saw a letter tied to a pigeon leg and had an... The words epidemic, epidermis, epilogue are all crossed out here. Epiphany! I had one of those! I keep asking you what you thought I should be, but not what you needed me to be. Then I remembered you kept coming to talk to me. No one else has ever done that. So, I know my place now. I hear my calling. I shall be your pen pal! I'll write you every 10 day. Right, gotta go. Need to start planning my letters. Yours relentlessly, Nabber, pal of pens. There are 17 more letters in the pile. Well, not gonna let me read it? 9 fingers.
Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
I'm not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to the ball, so I'll thank you for that much. Oh, these are all the people who couldn't make it, but we asked them to come. In my place, except a few casks of a fine vintage that managed to roll their way down from the upper city in all the commotion. The rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities, worth discussing over a more civilized drink in my guild hall if you find yourself at a loose end. Enjoy the muck and see if you can get the High Harper to sing. You won't be disappointed. NF. Oh, I didn't get to ask about what's going on with the High Harpers. Jaheira cycled through her dialogue so quickly. But, but we know though, they're helping rebuild the city. Zevlor. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priests pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you, as you deserve. First stumbling into the city, he just sort of left us after moonrise. It's been tough for him too. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still. Along with the other veterans sheltering at the temple, discards of Eltaro's unworthy legions, I watched that monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it, power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that the city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, but that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can, Zevlor. One thing I would have liked to see is Zevlor making up with the other tiefling refugees in the city. Like, you know, Mole, not just Mole and the kids, but the adults as well. It would be nice. The story started with us seeing tiefling refugees. It would be nice if we got a proper solution there too. Resolution. Harp stamped letter. My friend. Who is this? Harper Geraldus. Oh, I remember you. You were the one that, you were basically being blackmailed to kill us when we first saw you at the Harper meeting. My friend, I hope this finds you, wherever you are. I just wanted to thank you and ask a favor. I'm to be made a watcher. The High Harper put me forward to the Harper Council for service to the city. I'm not sure what that means, but I know that if it wasn't for you, I'd be back mucking on my mother's yard. I'm permitted to bring one guest to the ceremony who will name me watcher before the council. You spoke for me once before. I understand you're probably busy, but I would be honored if you do it again. I await your reply, whenever you can, but hopefully soon. Harper Geraldus. He could have not been a Harper. He wanted to really badly, and I remember Jaheira was like, no, don't be a Harper. But seems like that sort of thing was his calling after all. Pick that up again. Well, with all that, I think I talked to everybody already, right? I think so. Hello, love.
I didn't expect to be nervous. But seeing everyone here like this, it's strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside.
Your backside is just fine. Trust me, I've been checking regularly.
Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think. I hope we won't seem terribly boring to everyone when they ask what we've been doing this past while. A cottage in the countryside. They may have been expecting something more. Well, more.
Nonsense. They went through exactly what we went through. They know that peace is so precious and that we should protect it. Oh, I wanna... we can lie. We're a couple. It's our duty to bore them to tears with details of our adorable home life.
True. They might even be jealous of the bucolic life. Perhaps every adventurer secretly pines for a little flower-strewn cottage overrun with animals.
I bet Will and Carlisle would love to have that kind of peace. I don't think you get much peace in Avernus. When you put it like that, we could open a guest house.
Oh, gods no, that sounds awful. They'd drag mud everywhere and eat us out of house and home.
Oh.
It's fine. Already passed. Shal must have sensed I was enjoying myself.
Shar has 1 million followers around the world and she keeps picking on Shadowheart. What a petty bee. Kiss it better?
You'll seize any opportunity, won't you? But I suppose I've been giving you plenty of encouragement.
Well, I gotta kiss you now. Forget about the hand, I guess. At least it feels like we're in a quiet little corner of the camp now, even though the owlbears.
Why, I feel better already.
I'm glad to hear. Let's hug. They know what the people want. Letting you have unlimited opportunity to kiss your romantic partner throughout your journey. Usually it's like one kiss scene and it's gone.
Are you trying to make me sleepy? You know how easily I get lost in your arms.
My god, Shadowheart, you are a poet. I think we're done here, actually. But I'll go take a look around. Be back soon.
Have fun. Just don't wear yourself out too quickly. I'm anticipating a long night ahead of us.
Oh, I've already had the long night. Oh, now you walk around. I'm sorry, Shadowheart. Did you not walk around because I didn't talk to you?
Enjoying yourself, I hope.
Yeah. It's good to see everyone, yes.
I know. I'll have to stop myself from getting teary-eyed when it's time to say goodbye again. Let's make tonight count. The only regrets I want to hear about come morning should revolve around an excess of carousing and questionable dancing.
I have a confession to make. I may have volunteered us for something.
Oh, did you now? Come on then, out with it.
Well, you love animals, don't you? I thought you might like us to take one in. A rather large, feathered one.
The Owlbear! Of course he can come with us! I always regretted we didn't extend the offer after the battle. It was all such a blur. We'll have to find somewhere for him to sleep, of course. He'd get stuck in the door of the cottage. Maybe the barn. It's as warm as anywhere, as long as he gets along with the other animals.
I'm sure we could widen the door frame. Imagine being able to cuddle an owlbear on a cold night.
Well, now we're gonna have to do that, aren't we? You're a bad influence, you know.
That does sound really warm and cuddly.
I can picture the look on my parents' faces already.
Well, I'm glad you're happy. What about Scratch? The Scratch...
So good here.
smells like not hell.
Yaps a request you know well. Fetch.
I'm going to have to assume Scratch regularly lives with us because... yeah.
Kitty to beholder. What's cooking?
Here, boy?
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
You're supposed to give the ball back to me. You're supposed to give it back to me, buddy.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
Alright. You have it then, have fun. I'll take it for now.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat
gang is
14
here.
apples,
Wish I'd had
some
time to
fish
polish
heads
up
and
the
a
horns.
stale loaf of bread just to get by.
What was that about 14 apples? I am so sorry, Shadowheart. I didn't realize you were waiting for me to free you from your prison. Oh, did Withers give us the food here? Yeah. I've been stealing food from everywhere just to keep the camp fed. Gosh, there is a lot of good food here.
Oh, ooh. Minsk has not yet left the table, so
excuse me. Boiled beholder eye stalks. Even in death, the beholder's eyes regard you with a mix of hauteur and suspicion. Ooh. That looks yummy. Got some pots of stuff. Oh, don't hit it. Don't hit it. Nearly destroyed that. Wine. No. No, I don't have to loot anymore. We're not about that lifestyle.
Rank. I'd take rat over this any day.
Now I want to hang around a little bit more just to see if Shadowheart has more ambient dialogue. Oh, he's still being a little retired adventurer. Being a little loner over here. She's still got stuff. Arcane Radiance. Acolyte. In the end, we never got to use that divine intervention thing. But that's okay. We've temporarily put adventuring behind us for now, but maybe someday we'll pick it up again.
Perhaps we should start throwing parties. But then again, just attending them grants you all the fun with none of the mess.
Well, it would be nice to have a place to gather, but it seems like Withers is pretty good at supplying the food. Then maybe we should ask him to come.
Perhaps we should start throwing...
Oh, pardon me.
You alright, Gale? Alright, maybe one last song around here. Oh, Volo joining me. Is that guy joining me? Everyone hated it.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the
He's doing a different song. We live another day.
Reunited with friends amidst nature. What more could I wish for?
Everyone hated it. Fine, be that way.
After everything, this feels nice. A chance to take a breath, metaphorically speaking.
Well, I think... I don't want to, but I do believe we've got everybody now. I keep looking around thinking, is there more? Is there more?
This is... nice. Yes. I think that's the right word for it.
I hope you can join us in person one day. Yeah, that was...
as nice as the sitting room, but sure.
Okay, if that's gonna be it then, maybe let's, one last kiss from Shadowheart.
Keen eye for a nice vintage.
Shadowheart, where's shoes?
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these?
Yeah, right?
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Hey, to be fair, I always kept our camp supplies topped up. I think we were doing pretty good on that end.
We should start throwing parties. But then again, just attending them grants you all the fun with none of the mess.
One last kiss. For now. And then I'll look forward to the next one, as you say. Next to the food. Makes it taste better. The beautiful beholder eye stalk right behind us.
Why, I feel better already.
Okay. Alright. Withers? I'm not ready, man. I'm not ready to, like, walk into the sunset. Do I have to? My god, I feel like the last time I felt like this was probably playing The Witcher 3 at the end of the Blood and Wine expansion. It just feels so unreal, like, really? It's the end? Oh, there's more here. Gold pendant. Just some random... We got a whole library here, actually. This is really... I don't remember this place being this fancy looking before. Mind Flayer? Parasite specimen? You want to pick that up? I think you can have it. Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate, signed. Oh, great. For my adventuresome muse, our fates are bound, my wisdom vast. I dearly hope our kinship lasts. Deepest affections, Volothem Gadarm. Poet, artist, savant, etc. A poorly drawn map of a city is captioned in flamboyant script. What follows is the most thorough and accurate account of the city and people of Baldur's Gate, the sordid gem of the Sword Coast. Editor's note in crimson ink follows. This volume is startlingly accurate, save for the nonsense about the Black Dragon Gate. It is not alive, no matter how many vagrant hags claim otherwise. Commission someone else to draw the map. E. Black Dragon Gate? Well, Answer is a dragon. I don't know if that counts. Case files, scrolls. I never used that scroll of disintegrate either. So many things I haven't used. The rune powder bomb. A missive in Withers' hand, addressed to some unknown entity. Though you understand the alphabet, the script, and the words themselves, the meaning eludes you. You glean only the impression of dark sun and white sky, and an offer. Or perhaps a warning? Oh. What's that supposed to be? Look through your pots. The Book of Willing Souls. A neat list of Baldurians and the deaths that befell them. Beneath, an annotation from Withers. Souls snuffed out in the battle for Baldur's Gate. Perhaps some might deign to return, should their city ever have need again. Savrin Ortholo, crushed by a falling roof as he held the door for others to flee. Nance D, charged a mind flayer that entered her granddaughter's room. Died with her second best scissors in its eye. Verily Quickflint brought a nautiloid down over the bay. Death. He's tracking deaths. Holy water. Essence of planetar feather. Oh, it's an angelic slumber ingredient. Cutting board. Do you concoct stuff here, Withers? Very cute. Is this your bed? Essentially. It may be. Okay, I think this is it. Hello, Withers. In the end, immune to control dead.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
Little bit empty. I can't help but feel some things have been left undone.
If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Unfortunately, we can see the different paths because we can reload. I suppose I'll return to the party just to see. Oh, thought you were gonna say something. Oh! There is a potion of animal speaking here.
Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again?
Oh, I'm so glad to hear you fared well since our travels together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Oh, I'm glad we got to talk properly. You want to play fetch again now?
Do you even have to ask?
Here's a petting. I wish they put the potion in a more obvious beginning spot. It was in that random unnamed bottle rack that wasn't even highlighted when you did the highlight
You always
option.
know just how to do it.
Aww. Alright, boy, let's go for another one. Easy one, right here. Scratch! Don't give me that attitude. Come on, fetch.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
Alright. What have you got this time, Scratch? The exact same thing he's got every other time here.
I found this. It smelled like you, so I kept it. Seemed like something you might like to throw.
I'd be happy to, but first, how have you been?
Oh, I've been so good. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. Also you and Owlbear. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to play with.
Okay, I'm glad you have a good home. Yeah. Well, this is a dangerous object, though. I'm not sure we should be playing with it.
You know best. But a little fetch never hurt anyone, as far as I know.
You are indeed right. I'm so glad that you fared well.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Oh, thank you for your blessings.
Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again?
Owlbear already secured a home with us without even having words.
Happy? Gonna get pets? Gonna play? Gonna live with nice lady?
Trick question, is the nice lady me or Shadowheart? Think about your answer very carefully. I wonder how... Oh, Owlbear is a girl, right? Yeah, I wonder how she would have asked, but it's okay. We already got the message through without even having the words.
Yes. Miss this. More.
How much more? No, it is a him. It's a him. I'll give you one more. It sounded like during the time we were apart, Owlbear was just going off in the wilderness fighting this and that. You can take off the armor now though, seriously. That would be good.
Yes. Miss this. More.
Okay. I think that really is gonna be the end of it then. Thank you for giving me a animal speaking potion in the end. Thank you. It's good that we can understand each other without words, but still, it's nice to hear the words in the end. Withers?
Yes?
I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
To the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
Save every refugee you can? Oh. Oh! Baldur's Gate 3. I think I started playing this last July? So it's been nearly a year now. Yeah, it's been like what? That's like 9 months? You know how like usually I feel like most games, when you get to the end, you'll get maybe a barrage of cutscenes and then they give you the credits and then you get kicked out. So you don't really get to end on your own terms, but with a camp party that you get to end whenever you want to, it makes you feel like, well, you finish walking around and then you look around some more, you're like, am I done now? Is it really over? And it makes me feel the end even more intensely. Damn, it's really over now. The epilogue is such a nice little send-off for everyone though, and as far as I can tell, I feel like my entire party made it off pretty okay. Not perfect, but everyone has a positive life that's hopefully gonna get more positive and better from now on. I am a little bit curious about the other routes that the characters could have taken, like what if we took the crown for ourselves as Gale, or what if Astarion became a vampire lord, but my curiosity does not trump wanting them to just be happy. Speaking of Astarion, feels like he might have gotten a bit of short end of the stick here. He's free, but the sunlight thing is kind of annoying. Maybe he can just have an umbrella. Would that work? He'll just walk around like a posh high lord every day with an umbrella. Yeah, it's just so nice to have this chance to really say goodbye properly and not just be like, yay, we saved the world, the end, that's it. What am I gonna do now? I spent months, almost a year playing this game. What am I gonna do now? This was really fun though, and I'm gonna be real, before I started playing this, because I started playing a little bit after the game came out, right? Like, I didn't play it on release because I was busy with some other series at the time. And a lot of people kept raving to me about Baldur's Gate 3 to the point that it honestly got a little bit annoying, but I can see why everyone is so excited about it, because I do think it's worth that level of hype. I can't think of any other game within the past 10 years that has this level of a freakish amount of content. There's just so much in here that it felt like it would never end. I know we're at the end now, but it felt like it would never end, and I could live in Baldur's Gate forever and just be here. If this game was just the size of Act 1, I think a lot of people would still have been okay with it, but they went above and beyond, and they're still adding new content and bug fixes and patches even now, which is just insane. Yeah, and none of the content feels low quality too. Whether it's the random guy that's walking around the city complaining about how, oh, the Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Mouth should interview me, or the cutscenes with Gortash or Orin or Ketheric, they all got character rigging and modeling and all that. Remember the guy that was standing outside the Baldur's Mouth Gazette and they were counting newspapers or something? And like, that hand animation or however they were moving, it literally will never get reused anywhere else in the game, but they still bother doing that. And that level of care, the lack of distinction between a main quest and a side quest in terms of quality level, meaning stuff like voice acting, animation level, the presence of a cutscene. Everyone has a cutscene. Literally every single person, you talk to them and there's a cutscene. That sort of thing really helped make the world feel lived in and immersive, because it's not very video gamey like, oh, here's the main quest, here's where all the good stuff is, and everything else it doesn't really compare to it. And I don't think I can think of any other game that's like that. It's really, really impressive. If you've seen some of my videos on other long games recently, you might have heard me talk about the concept of, I guess, tolerance to irritating things. Like in the beginning of a long game, if there's something irritating, I can overlook it pretty easily because, hey, it's still the beginning, everything is fresh. But then if said annoying thing keeps appearing again and again and again, then towards the end, it's gonna bleed over to every other aspect of the entire experience to the point that like any little thing is gonna set me off, and just irritate me. I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 was sort of on the other end of that spectrum, where it had built up so much goodwill with me that even though sometimes there were annoying things or bugs here and there, it just never really annoyed me. For example, stuff like inventory management. Definitely wish there was some sort of like a shared item system between all of my characters so that I can access potions and scrolls and other usable items easily, because oftentimes in the middle of battle I was opening all sorts of menus and like shuffling items between character and character, and yeah, it's not ideal. And as someone new to D&D, I feel like the onboarding tutorial was not the greatest either. Talking like maybe the first 5 hours or so. There were some tutorials, but I think in that phase when I was still really new, I was relying way more on the comments than what the game was presenting to me, because I didn't even know that, like, remember back in the first episode, I didn't even know that I wasn't aiming at the people correctly, and my hits were missing every time. So yeah, I guess some of it comes from a translation of the D&D gameplay systems into like a video game, and there's just so much freedom, because you can basically do literally anything you can say out loud in D&D, right? But here, when you translate it like that, what does it turn into? A million different items, a million different spells, a million different classes, and a new player, like, this is how I felt. A new player does not even know what they can do and they can't do because there's so much everywhere. Of course, these are things that are solved by time. The more I spent time with it, the more I started getting the basics. By the end here, I still feel like I didn't really touch a lot of the spells and stuff, but I mean, we got through the game fine, so I'm happy enough there. And I guess the other minor thing is that I could perceive that there was a lower level of polish in Act 3, starting from when we got to Baldur's Gate pretty much. Probably because they try to put way too much content in here. Not a lack of content at all, but it's just that the level of polish you could see was ever so slightly lower than the previous acts, with stuff like dialogue bugs, or the quests not ending in a super satisfactory manner. Like Mole, I thought after we find Mole, we would have something to reunite her with the other kids, but she was just sort of standing in the guild and being like, hey, I have a business now. So, but I am choosing to use the word perceive very particularly here because I'm saying that I can notice it, but did it affect my experience of Baldur's Gate 3 overall? Not at all. Like I said, it's built enough goodwill with me that, I mean, at this point it could do whatever it wants and I wouldn't get mad, basically. I guess all this is to say, as someone new to D&D and Baldur's Gate as a whole, I had a whole ton of fun playing this. It was just such a blast, and completely deserved that when it first came out, the world just suddenly exploded around it, which probably means that we're gonna get more of this good stuff from Larian in the future. Fine by me. Especially, I feel like the gaming industry is sort of at a junction these days where people, devs, companies, they're all trying to figure out what the players want. And a lot of companies have maybe tried to stay away from this sort of format because for some reason they think that it's not mainstream enough and that people don't want games like this, but no! Judging by the reaction to Baldur's Gate 3, people absolutely do still want to see stuff like this. And that's great to see because I want to play more of it. We can have our Fortnites and Call of Duties, but I want these kind of games too. And I'm glad that others feel the same. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. What else can I say that I haven't already said across the past however many parts this is gonna be? Oh, speaking of how many parts this is gonna be, we got something to talk about. But I'll wait to see if there's anything post-credits first, and then we'll go over that. Yeah, This is all such a happy ending. 10 out of 10 no notes for Welonz the monk. We had our relationship drama in the beginning, but ended up settling with Shadowheart and hopefully not flirting with anybody else now. We're both alive, her parents are alive, we're just peacefully enjoying life in the countryside cottages. Our friends, they're all happy in their own little way, and hopefully they'll be getting even better in their lives. We'll come together and gather once every now and then. Bad guy's been defeated, city's been saved, world's been saved, the threat's gone for now, and we can even cuddle an owlbear to sleep at night. What else is there to say? This is all Welonz the monk ever dreamed of. She might have done a lot of dubious things when she was younger, but we are a reformed monk now, and reformed monks get happy endings, is what Baldur's Gate is telling me. Thank you, deities of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you, Baldur's Gate. Thank you to everyone. And thank you to you, the viewer. Playing a long game is a really big commitment for me in so many different ways because it just sort of ties up the channel for a good bit and I'm just locked into playing this. But as much as it is a commitment from me, it's also a really big commitment for you too, the viewer. Like, especially if you've been here since the very, very beginning in July last year. I know I'm not the fastest video game player around. I wish I could be, but at the same time, I can also say that like if I try to play like really, really fast, I'd probably not be happy with the quality of the playthrough overall. I don't know how other people do it, but I can't sit here for 6 hours and just play and play and play, because by the end of the third hour, I don't think I'd be saying anything meaningful anymore. And so thank you for sticking around with me, even though it's been a slow journey. Whether you've seen just this last episode, or you've been here since last July, or you've been here for even longer than that. Just thank you. And obviously, thank you to Larian for creating such a beautiful, immersive video game as well.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel, felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Oh. It sounds like Withers had a pretty good handle on everything. The Dead Three, Baal, Bane, and Merkel were all once mortal men, but ascended to godhood in a strange bargain with Jurgle. Jurgle! The one crypt in the Baldur's Gate cemetery that mentioned Jurgle? There was that one journal where they said that Jurgle asked the question, the exact same question that Withers asked me when he first met me. Something about what mortals value or whatever. Huh. So maybe everything only went well because we had Withers on our side. Well, he was probably helping us a lot because if we died, he would revive us and all, and it seems to be not a common thing that you can do that around here. Common to us. But for example, if the gnomes died at Iron Throne, it's not like we could revive them by ourselves, right? So... oh. But I think the Dead Three, their chosen are defeated. The Dead Three themselves are still around, so that could be... hey, maybe some future threat to Baldur's Gate yet again. Something about the balance of the good and the bad. You have to have both for, well, balance and all that, I suppose? Okay. Right, so do you remember? You might not remember anymore, but the thing about how many parts this Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play was gonna be. Back in part 51, I think, we had a mini little survey questionnaire thing in the comments where I asked, hey, you know, put in your guesses for how long the series is gonna take. 51 was the first video of Act 2. I think that's why we did it there. And I'm not exactly sure yet before I finish editing everything, but I'm aiming for this to be 165 parts if possible. Because I like rounding numbers, I usually try to tend towards rounding it to a 0 or a 5, and someone did mention taking that into consideration, which I feel like deserves a mini shout out here. But yeah, towards the end of a series, it starts getting a bit unpredictable because you might have really, really long, like 2 or 3 hour videos because it fits better, or you have me trying to muddle up the numbers because I want it to be a nice number for me. So I figured if I'm aiming for 165, then probably anybody in the 160 ballpark is already pretty damn close. I just went through that comment chain by hand right before starting today's session, and I think there were like 30 plus people who said 160 something. They should all be on the screen right now, but miraculously, only one person guessed 165. Maybe a little bit scratchy because they said around, but hey, only one person said it, so shout out to Danny Veers! Congratulations! You win a immortalized shout out in this Baldur's Gate 3 video. Congratulations to everyone else who is in the ballpark. I certainly didn't know how long this was gonna take when I first started, so I don't know how you guys got that close, but you did. And thank you for everyone who played along with me too. Maybe we should do this for every longer series, huh? Kind of a fun little thing at the end here. But yeah, I think, with that said, I think this is gonna pretty much be it then. From waking up on the Nautiloid ship, not knowing what the hell was going on, to becoming the savior of Baldur's Gate. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're not gonna get turned into a stone statue like Minsk. Welonz and Shadowheart will just live in some cottage on the countryside peacefully forever and ever. Isn't that a nice image? And so I think it's time to close this chapter of their story. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me. This was Welonz with Baldur's Gate 3, a Saldarine Drow monk playthrough. And I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed playing, because I really, really did enjoy this. And I hope to see you again. In another place, in another time. Bye!